here we are, and what happens is the rain makes this mold grow. You can see it on the concrete, this black mold. It gets really slick, and I just had a little bit of a slip, which is a reminder to use a lot of bleach and vinegar and spray this stuff down and kill all the mold. Part of living in the tropics. You wouldn't think it'd be so slick, but it's like ice. It gets crazy slippery. So this is just part of the maintenance of living here.
Okay, so another challenge about living here in the tropics, and especially working on a finca, on a farm, I guess, is when we come across an untamed area or for the initial clearing. So oftentimes this happens on the edge where the vines start kind of crawling over anything that we haven't already mowed or maintained, and it doesn't have an old enough growth or old tree to keep it back. So you have to kind of get in here and really, like I said, I love the loppers, but you have to get in here and just first kind of fight your way through to even see what you're working with. And what's kind of scary is like some of these vines have flowers on them, and if you have any allergies or something, that can cause you problems. But often they also have bees on them, so that's a struggle. But then you have to still, some people use a machete. I still prefer the loppers because you kind of have control over it with two hands, and you're not whacking it. You're not going to accidentally hit your leg or something, or your arm. So you just get all the way down here until you can kind of see the ground, and then you got to kind of sweep it away until you can see what you're working with. Once you get down to the base of the brush, and you see these like huge elephant grasses, they're like stalks of sugarcane or something. Sometimes they come back and whip you in the face. It's messy work, which is why we're so like crazy about mowing on a regular schedule, so that this doesn't happen very often. You know, we had to deal with this when we first moved here. This was basically what the property looked like. It had been left untamed, unkempt, not taken care of for years, parts of the property. And about 9 months of an open field like this. And if you let it go too long, then you also deal with pica pica, which is like the worst thing you could possibly run into. It'll make you just run screaming in pain and itchiness. You'll want to set the whole field on fire, which is actually what some people do, just because they're so mad at this one plant called pica pica. But so that's what we're doing. We're kind of trying to keep this back. We had planted this little bottle tree over here, bottle brush tree, and I had noticed that it was starting to get the creep from the jungle. So I wanted to clear away from it so that it didn't get choked back and get covered in vines, and then we lost it. So we're also clearing down here an area that we planted with heliconias but needs a good mow. So before we, so this is why we keep up with the maintenance around here. Even though it's hard work, it's worth it to not have to deal with this. So then once we get here, we still have to go through and chainsaw out these dead trees, or these messy trees, and then mow. So this is just the first step, just like pioneering your way in to see what you're even working with on the ground. And sometimes it's hard because you have to like step back and say, what am I actually working with? And then you never know if you're going to step in ant piles. It's pretty crazy. It's fun.
So another thing interesting about living in the tropics are the iguanas. I just found this in the yard, and as you can see, looks like a dog or something got him and chewed out his guts. But this is a big, tough lizard. Whatever got him had to chew through some thick skin to get this. But it'll break down in about a week. I'll throw it over the property. Throw them far because they stink.